Okay, so how is everyone doing today? Well, thank you. Well, first of all, I want to take this time and thank you so much for being here. Today, my goal is 3 things. Number 1, my goal is to have lots of fun with you. Who in here likes to have fun? Yeah. All right. Second thing is to give you education, to truly teach you what I went through so that you can understand, what you are going to go through before you go through it. So you can plan it out. And number 3, it gives you a great roadmap so you can follow the path that I followed and perhaps reach the heights that you always desired. So with that in mind, I want to say thank you so much. All right, so I came here from India in 1989 with $20 and not a word of English. And I received my PhD at the age of 17. It stands for Public High School Diploma. Insurance exam for the very first time. I go for the exam, I studied, and I went. And I came right here at the Bowie State University. Right, the building that you pass before you come here, the older building in the middle, right there. I take the exam for the first time. You know what I get? 69. I said, okay, no big deal. Things happen in business. I go for the second time. You know what I got? Yes, passing was 70. Second time, 68. I go for third time. No big deal. Passing this, I said, this time I'm going to make it. How many times we think like that in business? Okay, we think our plane will never take off the ground, some technical difficulties going on, and things of that nature, okay? So all this is going on, I'm taking the third time. I got 67. Fourth time, 66. Fifth time, 67. You can say that I'm making progress in the right direction. And as I'm making progress in the right direction, I said, this time, fifth time I took it, and I had learned about a trial, O.J. Simpson trial. And I learned the brand new word. You know what the word was? Prejudice. I said, wow, what a word. This time, I go for the 6th time, and I failed it again. So I told the computer, you are prejudiced. And as I'm telling the computer that you are prejudiced, I thought that guy outside, I don't know who you guys had here, whoever that guy was, he was surely pressing buttons every time I answered that question. Because there was no way I was going to go 6th time and fail it. But I did. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to beat the entire system. I'm going to beat this system so nicely that I'm just going to change the center. So I went to Washington, D.C. at that point. I go to Washington, D.C. the 7th time, but this time around, I'm a visual guy, so I memorized this book word for word, inside and out. And as I memorized this entire book word for word, I could literally flip the pages in my mind like this. That's how much I memorized. But then I went there for the 7th time. You know what happened? This time I'm more prepared. I'm not mad. I usually just get pissed off. I don't get mad. So I just got pissed off. And I'm trying to understand this. Why am I failing? I failed the 7th time too. Finally, I found a little nugget the 8th time around. Somebody told me that there is such a thing as English as a second language. They give you extra hour. You see, what was happening was that every single time I went, there was a little nugget that I was missing. Just a small thing, right? And that small thing helped me pass that test. On my way home, I don't know who the girl was. I was sitting in a train, and in that train, I told her the whole story.
Hi, we're at Frostburg State University, where we just had a fantastic presentation by Ash. He is the man. Very erudite, very dynamic speaker. He's extremely knowledgeable in all fields of business development. Highly recommend him as a speaker, consultant, and all-around great guy. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Russell Teeter, Regional Director with the Maryland Small Business Development Center. And I just want to thank Ash for giving his story. It's a very inspirational story. He's very specific on the key strategies he used to take himself as well as his business from a not successful situation to building a multi-million-dollar empire. What he shares, his experience is tremendous, and I greatly appreciate his ability and his approach to business growth.